Hey everyone, Mimi Vix here with a small guide video. This time we are looking at Faithbound Kirin, the first boss encounter in the 24-man raid, Sandoria, the second walk. So let's jump right in. Kirin will open up the encounter like most others with a Stonaga 4, dealing raid-wide damage to the party. Just shield and heal through it. After a moment, he will jump to the center of the room and use Wrought Arms, spawning 2 armature limbs on the sides of the room. Kirin will follow with Synchronized Strike, which will cleave through the boss head to tail, so move to the sides of the attack. The arms will mimic this attack, but they do not move, so you'll need to move to the side to avoid the first strike, then back in to avoid the second. The boss will pivot and repeat Synchronized Strike to try and confuse you, but remember the arms don't move, so just stay in the center of the room avoiding the first strike and you'll avoid the second one. Kirin will recenter himself and use Crimson Riddle, which has 2 180-degree cleaves at the start. So watch the boss's stance. If his tail is raised, move to his face. If he is standing straight, move to his back. He will use both of these at the start of the fight, but will segment them later on, so keep an eye on him. Once you get the boss around 60% of his health, he will dash to the north of the room and begin casting Summon Shijin. The result of this mechanic appears to be random and is why this video took so long, as he will summon one of the 4 lords to the field. If he summons Genbu, a large adamantoise will appear and unleash Shattering Stomp, a raid wide that will spawn geysers on the arena floor. The order of which they appear is the order that they will erupt, so move accordingly. Once the first set of geysers goes off, Genbu will prepare to jump to a point in the arena, which will then expand into a ring, so you will want to move where Genbu jumped to avoid his follow-up. Kirin will charge to the center of the room and use part of Crimson Riddle, so be sure to move to the safe zone as the ring from Genbu's attack resolves. If he summons Seiryu, a dragon will appear in the center of the arena and fly to a cardinal point of the arena. Once there, he will use a Dragon Breath attack that will rotate, so watch which direction it will be spinning so you don't get clipped. Kirin will then dash to the center of the room and begin using Crimson Riddle, so watch out where to stand. Seiryu will then jump to a new position to do another breath attack, so be ready to shift positions to avoid the second blast. As this is happening, Kirin will then cast Double Cast, dropping AoEs under players' feet. Also, while targeting them with Stonaga markers, you will need to spread out to avoid cleaving people. If he summons Suzaku, a large rock-type enemy will appear in the center of the arena, and it will jump to one side of the room and spawn 2 spirit flames that will expand and explode, as well as dash across the room in the center, narrowing your safe zone. Suzaku will return to the middle of the room and repeat this, increasing the number of spirit flames to 5, and prepare another dash across the room. As this is happening, Kirin will place Stonaga 3 AoEs on random players as you move to the very small safe space, but don't panic. As soon as the spirit flames explode, begin spreading out so no one gets accidentally buried. If he summons Byakko, a tiger will appear in the center of the room, as well as aether walls around the outside of the arena. Byakko will randomly jump onto one of these walls and then dash across the room to another, which will have a large AoE at his landing point. So avoid the center of his dash and look where he will be landing. He will do this 2 times before Kirin will begin casting Quake. which will spawn AoEs underneath players as Byakko does his third and fourth dash. So be alert about where the large cat has leapt, as you can get very lost trying not to die to all the Quake AoEs going off. Once you have finished Summon Shijin, Kirin will use Wrought Arms, returning the arm structures to the field. Once summoned, Kirin will use Ringer, which will spawn a point-blank AoE around him. Once the AoE has finished, move into his hitbox as the arms will spin, creating a ring AoE. Kirin will follow this with striking right or striking left and pivoting. This attack corresponds with his right or left hand, regardless of positioning, and the corresponding arm will mimic it. Here he used striking right. The AoEs the arms do are larger than you expect, so do try to position yourself opposite the attacking arm if it's possible. Another Stonaga 4 raid wide to heal through, and Kirin will begin using sequence attacks. Here he used Smiting Left sequence, which will have him using Smiting Left into Ringer. We have to avoid the first hit and position ourselves away from Kirin and the left arm, because as he finishes the first action, the arm will act next. However, Kirin will perform his second action while the arms are completing their first. This means as soon as he punches, we have to prepare for the arm and the point-blank Ringer attack. Once he finishes spinning, we move into his hitbox to avoid the arm's spin. He has several different sequence patterns to look out for, but they follow the same general rule. Kirin will move to the middle of the room and cast Mighty Grip, which spawns the arms and makes the outside of the arena dangerous. This is a group check. Tanks need to be in 3 of the 4 tank buster positions, as the NPC will always take one. Try not to stand near these locations if you are not a tank, as it makes discerning positions difficult to do quickly. A lot of damage will be going out, so healers be ready with the shields and heals. DPS the arms quickly to avoid a wipe, and the room will return to normal. Another Wrought Arms cast into double Ringer. Just as the previous sequence, watch the patterns and be ready. Here is the point-blank AoE, which I failed to move out of. The ring with the line attack, making the safe zone very small, and then move into the middle to avoid the second set of AoEs. Depending on your DPS, you can finish this fight fairly quickly. I just hope that this helps just a little bit. The sequence attacks are the most confusing, as there is a lot of information thrown at the player all at once, but breaking it down can help. As always, thank you so much for watching. I can't say enough how much I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by these videos. Until next time, have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you guys in the next video.